Last time I played this game, which was really like 2 days ago, I felt like I was a little out of it. I think I was a little tired. I'm not gonna say I'm not tired now. I'm not gonna say that I'm not just perpetually tired. I'm not gonna say that to you. But I get so mellow sometimes. Like right before I start streaming, I'm like so chill. But this is a pretty chill game, despite the circumstances. Okay. Well, we figured out what our man looks like. This is Jack the Ripper, y'all. I know that we don't know him in real life, but Sherlock does. This is him. He is 5'3", around 33 years old, blonde man. This is him. I wonder when they're making this game if this is like what 5'3" looks like to Sherlock. This is like, let me see if like, wait, how do I do third person? Do it on I can do it. Okay, wait, third person. Let me see. And then, wait, move around, Sherlock. I feel like Sherlock, he gives like 6'2". He seems like he would be like a 6'2" kind of guy. Watson's probably like 5'11". And where's Watson at? Oh, I think he went somewhere because then that would be a better height comparison. I think this could be 5'3". Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad we took that time to look at that. And this is like, I'm 5'1", so this is really interesting to imagine if this is what people see. Like if they're just standing like right in front of me. This is embarrassing. Not that you can't be a short person. I am literally short, but like I don't feel like people are taking me seriously when they're looking at me like this. Even if they're looking at me like this. Are they taking me seriously as an adult woman? I'm self-conscious about that. All right, now, what are we doing here, Sherlock? Watson wants to go do something. I guess we're gonna leave too, but let me make sure I don't need anything. I don't even know where we're going, but we're going. Oh, that's right. We're gonna go find him because now we figured out where he lives at. Ward of Aldgate, Galston Street, and the Imperial Club. Are we just going here in general? Are we going here? Let me before I just waste my time. What's the last thing that I talked about with Watson? Okay, okay. Afterwards, he talks a lot. I asked my little informants, the Baker Street irregulars, to keep a watchful eye on Finley's boarding house. Right. Uh-huh. And to alert if the doctor reappears, which I doubt he will. That would be really interesting because we did find his whole uterus collection at the place that he was staying at the boarding house. He has a few things to look into. He's trying to track down a primary witness. Okay. Bucksville murder, Wada, he's at the star date. Oh, that's right. Okay, we gotta go to the Central News Agency. Okay, we'll do that first. But hold on, let me go and actually look at that document because I do remember that's like the first thing we got. I read this day one. I'm not gonna read it, but this is woman lured to by streets to be butchered. The latest victim identified. Blah blah blah. I just want to see how she was killed. Her head nearly gashed from her body. Okay, blah blah blah. I just want to see how she died. Polly, was it Polly Ann Nichols, the first lady that this was about? I thought it was a different lady. Okay, because I know that a book I read about Jack the Ripper says that potentially one of his first victims, he stabbed her like 39 times or something like that. So I didn't know if that was the same case. I didn't really read through that article. I don't think it is, but I didn't know if they included that in here. I can't remember. Okay, let's go to the Central Agency. Where is the oh, here it is. The newspaper place.
Ah, Bulling is there.
2 p.m.
Just this once.
October 9th. Oh, Bulling still has a job. That's great to see for him. Congratulations. Look at this. This place looks pretty nice with the sun shining through. Hey.
Hello, Mr. Bulling. So, did your colleague tell you about the tip?
What tip?
Ah, I see. I gave him an explosive tip and he went without you? Oh, that's not very sporting on his part. No doubt he took all of the credit for his discovery.
You're winding me up, eh?
I think we are winding him up.
I must show Bulling something to make him believe me.
His calling about oh wait, we did tell him about the people who were doing the fake seances. Do I still have, what is this you have in your pocket? What is this? This so that's the IOU. Here, we really did tell him. Dead.
I'm not winding you up. The proof is that he gave me this advance on the debt.
The traitor.
Oh, that's right. We gave him a hot tip.
Before I leave, can you do me a favor?
Heck, tell me.
I'm looking for some reliable info on the murders committed in Whitechapel in the months before Polly Nichols' attack.
Reliable? Ha! You really think you'll find that here? Fine. I'll be honest with you. We have folders that group the dispatches from the current year into categories. In the police law category, you'll find the transcripts from the trials and investigations that we sell to the newspapers that ask us.
Perfect.
Sadly, I am out of time. I'll leave you to solve it, eh? You're the detective, aren't you?
All right, my guy. I know you're a busy man. You got to get down to the bar soon. You got anything for us to look at? So where's that clock at? I might want to get that checked out. I don't know if I could work in those conditions. Okay, we're just going to investigate. Whose desk is this? Whose desk is this? Oh, gosh. Note in pencil. To improve the dispatch filing purpose. Propose? Propose, right? Purpose? Propose and purpose. No, purpose is spelled differently. Propose. Major info up. Oh, what? I don't know what word this is. Oh, major info up high except news in brief. Minor info down low except police law. Thus, in future, propose also to invert news in brief, which is, for the moment, up high, and police law, which is actually down low. Furthermore, the weather section is almost always empty. Put it with news in brief. Okay, this is like a note about how to organize their whatever, how to file their stuff. So news is up high, police and law stuff down low. Okay, I think that's the gist of it. A letter from a journalist. My dear George, your little brother has had some misfortune. My first week of work was very grueling. First, I was given a spot far from the stove, and I'm very cold in the morning. Next, I have to sort through the dispatches, the most tedious and boring work imaginable. I love tedious work like this. Once the work is done, I must take each envelope to the journalist in question, who won't even deign to look at me. Finally, at the end of my third day, the boss called me to his office to give me a sermon. It seems that I had mixed up the dispatches. I was so worn out that I could only protest half-heartedly. He gave me a second chance, so now I'm in a sticky situation. The only hopeful note comes from my colleague, Miss Filthin. Filthin is an interesting name. A charming young woman who is the only one to give me a smile. She helps me as much as she can and tries to prompt me regarding which compartment I should put my dispatches, because everyone here knows the order of the sections, but no one has bothered to tell me. The lady has so much compassion and slides me notes such as politics and society are on the side, sports is underneath economy, personalities is at the end of the row. Oh, there's so much that goes into news. Front page news is the first compartment, etc. And these confidences are almost words of love from her mouth. Honestly, yeah, I can feel that. I don't think she likes placing the envelopes on the desk at all because she ends up with some thanks that are very disturbing. I have volunteered for the task, much to everyone's displeasure. Nothing new concerning my landlady, but I managed to pay her for the week, and she consented to keep me. Don't say anything about my troubles to Mumsy. I don't want to alarm her, but not wanting to lie to her, I have chosen to not write. Aw, with warmest regards, your brother Albert. I love this because this is like if I was forced for whatever reason to write my sister letters, it would be like this. It would be like this. It's so cute. All right, this guy's likable. All right. Also, I would love a coworker if I had a job like this. Like, I get so confused I overthink things or don't think about them at all. So, I get confused with certain tasks. And I need, like, that kind of, like, really straightforward. Put the blue pin in the red box. Put all the yellow squares in the orange star-shaped bowl. Like, I need it to be very specific like this. No room for any, like, if I'm doing something for someone else, unless they don't care about the job, I can't have room for creativity because I'm super imaginative and I just take it too far. Okay. Sir, a letter from the director. Sir, I hate reading in cursive. As the agency receives numerous dispatches, the filing system that you made appears to be too small, particularly for the world and society sections, which cover too much area and overflow with the boxes below. Police, law, and culture, respectively. This is all going to come in handy, I know. This somehow, when we go look at this cabinet, it's probably going to be a puzzle. Police, law, and culture, respectively. Would you be able to furnish a device in order to keep only one filing cabinet? While awaiting your response, sir, please accept our best wishes. The assistant director. Okay. We're not there yet. Okay, so there's something on the door here. I think this is another note. Administrative note. Attention. The blue envelopes from the dispatch compartment contain confidential facts that must not be discussed in the news. As a reminder, they contain the political personalities, essentially the royal family, and economic issues. This dispatches will be retained only to be diffused when Buckingham Palace or the ministers give us the authority. Interesting. Special treatment. Alright, anything else I should know before we get to... Oh, wait. Okay, wait. There's papers everywhere we're reading. Bill for repairs. Stevenson and Cy Enterprises. Bill. Repair the wood of the news and brief compartment. £1. Okay, that's not so bad. Payment received. July 12th, 1888. Okay, so it's a receipt then. £1. Doesn't sound bad. But what do I know? I don't know anything about inflation. What would be £1 today? Letter to Fernand. Fernand. Dear Fernand, I am confirming my presence on Friday evening at the club. It will be with pleasure, because I must get my mind off things or risk falling into a black depression. Just imagine, the new laddie still has the favors of Janet, but she'll end up forgetting him and giving in to me because I am not lacking in ideas to get rid of her suitors. What? Yesterday, I randomly placed a few inventions in science with politics dispatches. After all, they are always harebrained items. Given that the compartments are on top of the other, it could have easily passed as one of the new lad's errors, and as anticipated, he was called in by the boss. This guy's trying to get people fired so he can get closer to a woman? That's what it seems like. As soon as I have the chance, I will show him how, like in the news, everything's in the balance. He looks like a half-wit. He could easily oh wait, are they talking about the new guy who's Albert? Not Albert, what's his name? His name's Albert, right? Who's writing to his brother? He looks like a half-wit. He could easily confuse the politics with the society section on his right, and this latter with economy, which is its neighbor. We have to remember this. They're not telling us this for no reason. What a lovely mess. I don't know how an intelligent girl like Janet can like a swat like him, but he doesn't have much longer to smile. This is terrible. This is cute, actually, too. I watched this movie. Because the new guy, Albert, who I like, just from reading his letter to his brother, he is grateful for the lady who's, I'm assuming her name is Janet, for she's like actually helping him figure it out. Because let me tell you something. Now, I don't know if this is a 1950s and below thing, but like a lot of movies depict women being attracted to guys who don't know how to do stuff. Like they think it's kind of charming. This can be charming. I will agree. Depending. I don't like, what's that word I learned recently? Weaponized incompetence. I don't like that. But like generally not knowing how to do something or being kind of like awkward or harebrained. Harebrained the right word? Like flighty. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think that's kind of like cute, you know? So I can see why she would help him, and maybe she does like him, or maybe this guy's just watching him too closely and getting paranoid because he likes her. But trying to get someone fired so that like, oh, so I get rid of her suitors? That's crazy. That's next level. That's like a villain thing. This man needs this job. He just paid his landlady. Okay, let's see what they're gonna have. Wait, let me triple check. Okay, let's get started.
The dossiers are full of papers in dated envelopes. I can't open them. That would be too obvious. How can I tell which compartment to look in? No categories are indicated.
I thought, I actually don't even know what specifically we're looking for. Let me save it. Wait, what did I just do? I just got oh my gosh. I just got rid of his little face right there. Oh, I don't think I did that. Hold on, let me close this. I just want to save it real quick just in case. I don't even know what compartment he's looking for. I know he wanted to come down here. I think we're looking for another witness that got away. But I do know that police and law is on the bottom. I actually like puzzles like this. And news, I think, is at the top. News and brief, I think it's at the top. We're going to have to reread a lot of stuff. But, because there's lefts and rights and stuff, not just ups and downs. So let's get started, shall we? Where's my documents? So many. Tom Bowling, letter, tumblety, okay. Wait, letter from a journalist, note and pencil. Okay, let's start here. Okay. Major info up high, except, oh wait. Oh, major info up high, except news and brief. Okay, so news and brief is not up high. Minor info down low. Oh, except police and law. Okay. I wish I could have all of these like right in front of me so I could like see them as I'm doing this puzzle. News and brief, which is for the moment up high. Wait, law in future proposed also. Okay, wait. Law thus in future proposed also to invert news and brief, which is for the moment up high, and police and law, which is actually down low. Oh, she confusing me. This is not a good note. Furthermore, the weather section is almost always empty. Pitted with news and brief? Question mark. She just not. This is not a certain letter. That's not helpful. That actually is not helpful at all. All right, his guy's just confused. The only helpful notes comes from blah, Miss Filthin. A Chamina, she helps me as much. I just want to see if I should pick my dispatches. Because everyone knows the order of the sections. Nah. The lady has so much. Okay, wait, here we go. Okay. Slides me notes such as politics and society are on the side. Which side? Okay, they're on the side. Which side? I don't know. Sports is underneath economy. Okay. I'm actually. Where's my pen and paper? Because I actually think I could take notes during this situation. Do I have anything to write with? Oh, I'm about to knock out everything, like all my camera and stuff. I need a pen. Dude, I'm the worst at looking for stuff. I don't even know why I make my life harder. I have this little box that keeps random stuff near me. And I didn't have to throw everything out like that. I could have looked at it more gently. All right, anyways. So, here we go. We know that politics and society are on the side. So I'm a good student today. Sports is underneath economy. So I don't have to keep going through these documents. I just hope I can read my own handwriting. I can't most of the time. Personalities is at the end of the row. What row though? Who knows? Could be top or bottom. Which also means it's probably on the side. Front page news is the first compartment. Okay, that's the first one that's like guaranteed. That's like straightforward. Front page news, first compartment. You're not gonna catch me slipping today. Okay. Etc. Okay. And is that all he said? I have thought nothing new concerning landlady. Okay, that's all he has to say about that. The director, he was making a suggestion on how they could organize the stuff better. The file system that it's too small, particularly the world and society sections, which cover too much area and overflow into the boxes below. That means world and society is on top if it overflows, right? Right, guys? World society got to be at the top because overflows into the bottom. That's how things work. Overflows to bottom. So at top. You know, if I was a student, which I was 1,000 years ago, I've had people ask me to help tutor them, if you wouldn't believe it. And I do not take good notes because they're not going to make any sense to anyone else. They're not going to make any sense. So, because they're just, I don't know how it ever, like, I've seen people who are really good at notes to the point where they have like special pens, highlighters and stuff like that. Like they're really organized, but mine's are really, I write down what I think is important, not what actually is. And sometimes they match up, sometimes they don't. And I'll show you what this paper looks like before we're done. All right. World and society, which covers two blah over blah. Police, law, and culture, respectfully. Let me read the sentence. Particularly for the world and society sections, which cover too much area and overflow to the boxes below. Police, law, and culture are below. Law, culture is below world and society, right? World. All right. Would you be able to do something better? I bet do your job. Okay. And then, okay, blue envelopes from the dispatch compartment contain. So the blue stuff is like off limits. They contain political personalities. Must not be discussed in the news. Okay, so they contain political and economic issues. This dispatches will contain only two. Now I don't know how this is gonna come up. I'm gonna leave this one for later. The bill, repair the wood. This is a cute clue. That means maybe the wood in the box that this is in is like brand new. New wood? Question mark? For the news and brief compartment. And then letter to Fernand. Oh, this guy. Okay, this is all about his. Okay. This guy's he's a menace. So he said, yesterday I randomly placed a few inventions in science with politics. I randomly placed a few inventions in science with politics dispatches. Okay, I don't know how that helps me, but he put inventions in science with politics. They're always harebrained, given that the compartments. Okay, here, this is the clue. This is the clue. Given that the compartments are one on top of the other. Okay, let's see. That means inventions in science is on top of politics or vice versa. On top of one another. I don't know how to spell another, apparently. Oh my gosh, I'm not even spelling any words correctly right now. Oh, okay, they're on top of one another. Given that they're on top of one another, it could have easily passed as one of the news that. As soon as I have the chance, I'll show him. Blah. Okay, right? And this ladder with. Wait. As soon as I have the chance, I will show him how, like in the news, everything's in the balance. He looks like a halfwit. He could easily confuse the politics with the society on his right. Okay, wait. He could confuse politics and society on Albert's right. Oh, okay, okay. That's so true. This is such an interesting puzzle. On Albert's right, and this ladder with economy, which is its neighbor. I don't like when stuff is worded like this. He looks like a halfwit. He could easily confuse the politics with the society section on his. Okay, does that mean the society's on his right? He could confuse politics with the society section on his. This would be so funny if I'm taking this way more seriously than it needs to be, but I don't think I am. The politics with the society section on his right, and this ladder with economy, which is its neighbor. So economy is economy a neighbor of society? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Is that? Let's see. You're doing a lot of brain work right now. I see. I'm making din. Yes. Brain is full. Brain is redeeming itself. I hope. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. Brain's way more alert than last time. Yeah, we have a really interesting puzzle. Dare I say fun so far, even though I haven't actually started it. I mean, I've taken notes. So here's my notes. See if I can get them to line up with the camera. This is what we got. Okay? This is what I have so far. Let's see what I can do with this. Let's see what I can do. Now, put the pen away. Put that down. This is so exciting. Front page news is the first compartment. That's our, what's that word in science? That's our control. That doesn't change, right? Bam. You need a whiteboard and sticky notes like the detectives have. I do. Oh, I should get a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard, but it's a calendar. So it's like that's its purpose. But I need a mini one so I don't waste paper. So we know front page news. Oh, the blue. Okay, look at this. The blue envelopes. Oh, these are not even supposed to be here. Why are we able to click on this?
An envelope is torn. I can tell that this dispatch contains economic information.
Okay, does this mean that it's... Okay. Oh, why are we able to click on that? Oh, because... Okay, we're not allowed to touch anything because Sherlock's trying to make it seem like, ooh, we're not illegally reading these letters, right? You're not supposed to open other people's mail. I don't know if these are letters like that, but he's not even supposed to be doing what he's doing right now. So this is an economy one. I wonder if that's a free... Because what's his face said... What's his face was saying that he pits things where they don't go because he's a jerk. So, okay, so did he... Yesterday I randomly placed a few inventions in science with politics. He could have easily confused the politics with the society section on his right. And this latter with the economy, which is its neighbor. So, if this is economy, then this would be society. But, hold on. Where does Albert sit? Albert sits... I need to move your feet, Sherlock. I think... Get here, Sherlock! Okay. Is this his desk? Wasn't this Albert's desk? I wish I remembered. Because if it is, then this would be his right. I'm pretty sure. Because Tom Bulling's desk, I think... I'm not going to point to the screen again. This got to be Albert's desk right here. Or was this Bulling's? Well, he said that he was far away from the stove. Is there anything that says like his mom's name or his brother's? I think this is his, because then this would be his right. And that would mean that this is society. I mean, this is, how did I write this down? That would mean that this society is on his right, because he easily confuses it with politics, right? And this would be economy, because Sherlock gave us that for free, maybe? We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Okay, it says, because it says, but politics and society are on the side. It says that. It also said that the weather is usually empty. But we'll get to that another time. Okay, sports is under economy. It says this, okay? And personalities is at the end of the row. We don't know exactly which row yet. But we do know that the blue envelopes can only be one thing from those rich people. It says that they're usually, they contain the political, personalities, and the economic issues. This is so fun. This is the funnest puzzle in the game so far. Okay, political, personalities, economic. So this means this gotta be personalities because it's at the end of the row. This gotta be politics because it's the only blue one left. Okay, what do we got? World, society, overflows. It overflows to something. It says, okay, wait, it says, police and law and culture are below world and society, which overflows into that. So that could be this one probably, or this one, because they're full up. We don't know yet. Let's keep reading. Inventions. Oh, God, how did I write it like this? Inventions, science. Okay, so inventions and science and politics. So one is on top of the other. So politics is on top. That means this is probably inventions and sciences. Police, law, culture are below world and society. Okay, and world and society overflows. So police, law, and culture. Okay, so we still don't know one of these or the other. Okay, this is so exciting. Oh, that's right. There's new wood. New wood for... Oh, this is the new wood, though. So is this... I don't know if this could be society because it says that there's new wood for news and brief. Okay, this is our first stump. Maybe this is not society? Because this is the new box. This gotta be it. So, for news and brief compartment. Okay, this can't be society. But can this be weather? Weather's usually empty, it says. Let me see what she said exactly about weather. Because she said it was the lady leaving notes, wasn't it? Or she wanted... Furthermore, the weather section is almost always empty. Put it with news in brief? So weather should be... Weather's always... So put it...
This compartment was repaired recently.
So what does she mean by that? Put it with news in brief?
This compartment was
Yeah, I don't get what you're saying. I don't get what you're saying. Okay, wait. So can I just move the weather? That was weird. I don't understand that one. I don't understand that one. How she worded that one. We're doing a very fun puzzle. We're fulfilling one of my fantasies, apparently, of being a mail person at an office. And not quite organizing the mail, but I am organizing the categories of the mail so that Sherlock can basically get information illegally. I guess. I don't know if this is against the law, but it seems very like he's not supposed to do this. Politics, society on Albert's right. We got that. Wait, no, we don't. Politics and society? It's on Albert's right. He said this is an economy paper. All right, I'm getting confused. Economy, neighbors, society. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We're a little stuck. We're stuck. Okay. Politics and society are on the side. Oh, but he said this is economy.
An envelope is torn. I can tell that this dispatch contains economic information.
This isn't the side. This could be economy. This could be, this could be politics, and maybe this is misplaced. This is supposed to be on the side. Wait, where does world go? World and society overflows to the bottom of the police. Let me see. This would be weather, but... Okay, what did I say? And society also overflows. Alright, I didn't think it would get perfect. So, for certain, this has to be news in brief. Because there's new wood for it. This has to be front page news. These have to be either personalities, economy, or politics. Because that's the queen's stuff. That's the queen's stuff. Now, sports is under economy. Paul's personality is at the end of the row. This is the only one at the end. It's got to be this. All right. Worlds overflows to the bottom. Policies, law, and culture. Police and law and culture are below world and society. Right. So it's either one of these. I don't know, because it could be either or. I need a special chart, special graph for this. I need also to put my phone somewhere where I can read chat without burning up my thigh. That's not my thigh. What part about my kneecap? Because my phone is hot. I don't have my water bottle to balance it because I don't actually know where my water bottle is. I have a sea urchin test. Do y'all know what that is? I have a few of these. Sea urchin is one of my favorite animals. Used to be my favorite animal, but it's an orca now. Sea urchin is second best. I love them. They're purple, which is my favorite color. And they taste good. And they're poisonous. And I would be a sea urchin if I had a choice. So, if I couldn't be an orca, I'd be a sea urchin. Anyways, I'm gonna balance it on that. You didn't ask me. You don't care. But there it is. So, back to my notes. Sports under economy. Okay. Alright. How can I break this down? Politics and society is on Albert's right. But he said that this is economy. That's what Sherlock said. And this cannot be personalities, because personalities is at the end of the row. But politics is on Albert's right. And if it's right here, this isn't Albert's right? Because I don't remember where Albert was sitting. All I remember him is that he said that his desk was far away from the stove. So it's got to be these two desks. I don't remember. This got to be Janet's desk. Look at her cute little station. This got to be Janet's desk because she helps him. She passes him notes. And she gets her harassatory notes from Fernand, who I'm pretty sure sits right here. Right? I don't remember where he sits. And, but she sits across from him. And is that a picture of his mom? And then this would be his right? Or he sits here. How come I can't remember? How's my memory this bad? Let me read his letter again. He's far from the stove. Very cold in the morning. Listen, I have a lot of notes, yes. Because this game was like, here's a puzzle. You know how this game is. I had to write them down because it's one of those. I really need an actual, like a bingo style, I don't know, some kind of system to really visualize this. They could at least be in alphabetical order. Let me tell you something, Kennedy. Some people don't have that ability to organize. And I'm not going to generalize. No, I won't even say what I'm thinking. I won't even say it. All right. So here we are. I had mixed up the dispatches. I was gave me a second chance. So now I'm still. All I know is that he sits far away from the stove. All he says is that she's his colleague. And she slides him notes. She got to be right across from him. That's funny. Okay, wait. All right. She slides him notes. Almost fell asleep there. He's far from the stove. She slides him notes. This is his right side. Okay? This is his right side. And according to the guy who bullies him, or trying to get him fired, he said that politics and societies on... I'm going to read it again. How did I... Because maybe I didn't write it correctly. He said, he looks like a half-wit. He could easily confuse the politics. Okay, here we go. He could easily confuse the politics with the society section on his right. Now, how that means is he could mix politics with the society section on his right. What does that mean? That means politics is not on the right, okay? But he could get it confused and pit it there. The society section is on his right, but politics, no. And this latter with economy, which is its neighbor. This man is a menace. Why did he even write a note like this? His whoever he's writing this to is going to understand what he's saying. Politics could easily be confused with society on Albert's right. And this could also be confused with economy, which is its neighbor. This is I understand this. I do understand this. I understand this. Society. Where is society then? Okay, wait. Society's on the wrong side then. This gotta be society. Because, okay. Okay. Politics is not on the right. But Albert could easily confuse politics with society, which is on his right. And the latter, economy, which is the neighbor to society. This is correct. Neurons are blowing up inside right now. Don't even need to see Oppenheimer. I've got the nuclear bomb. It's right here. Now, we have some things misplaced still. I feel like very soon he's going to be like, aha, I've got it. I've got it. I feel like very soon he's going to be like saying this to me. I'm pretty confident society, economy, that's where they go. So if I focus on this, then what else do we know about society? We know that society overflows to the stuff below it. And below it could be police and law or culture. Now I've already swapped these and nothing happened. So something else is wrong. What could it be? Let's go to inventions and sciences and sports. We know that sports is under economy. How did I put it over there? Sports is under economy. We know that for a fact. Inventions and sciences and politics are one on top of the other. All right, so this I don't know what just happened, but magic just happened. We did this puzzle. We got to be correct, right, Sherlock?
These envelopes contain dispatches of police and judicial cases. Now, I need to open them discreetly. I must try to unglue the openings.
We did that puzzle. That was all my brain. I don't care if it was an easy puzzle to you. That was a great puzzle. That was fun. I would do a puzzle book like that. No, I wouldn't. Let me stop talking. I would not do a puzzle book like that. But that was really fun for me. That was very stimulating. Now I have to figure out how to open this letter without any glue. We need some steam without any glue. Do you hear what I'm talking about? I just lost every brain cell. Done. This gun is gone now. Okay, we're gonna be opening this. Let's get this, Sherlock.
Water.
Got the water. Oh, we got a stove. I know what to do. I know how to look at somebody's mail without their permission. Large closed envelope.
I need something.
What do you need, Sherlock? Some matches.
I need something.
I got you right here.
I need something. I need something.
All right, we don't have everything we need yet. We have almost everything, though, don't we, Sherlock? How else can we? Okay, wait, there's a compartment we can open. I didn't even see that. Perfect. Okay, let's get this heated up. And we'll close that. We will put the envelope.
These envelopes contain dispatch.
Stop talking. We'll put it here.
I need something.
We need water.
I need something.
What else do we need?
I need something.
We've got the stove burning up. Maybe I need to wet this first. No. What are we missing, Sherlock? We've got the stove going. I don't think we're supposed to put the envelope in the stove. That wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense at all. But there's no other item. I can only leave this building. Can I go into this office? What does this say? Director. Can I go in here?
Closed.
How is he even giving us the option? I know he's not going to want to leave. All right. Let's not overthink this. We need something. You want to put some more fire in there? You do not. Would you like to put the fire out? Ah, because of steam, right? Okay, we just put the fire out. He's losing me. Okay, we're able to light this up. We're able to put the fire out. I feel like we have everything we need, and there's literally nothing. Please stop talking. I feel like... You want to make it extra hot? No. What else do we need to...
I need something.
What do you need, Sherlock? There's nothing else I can find in here. What am I missing? Oh, haha, a teapot. Wonderful. We got this. We got this. And then when somebody walks in, we'll just be like, oh, we're just making tea. Would you like some? And that's so common because we're in the UK. They're going to be like, that's totally normal.
I need,
you don't need
something.
What do you need, dude? Oh, put water in it. I'm American, of the USA variety. I do enjoy tea. I know how to properly prepare tea, but I forget sometimes. Water, obviously, in the teapot.
There. That will provide me with steam.
See, I know about the steam. I'm not saying I've ever tried to look at someone's mail like this before. I've just seen a ton of, ooh, it's hot.
I need something.
What am I saying? I've seen it in so many movies and stuff like that.
Open, and it looks like I'm in luck. This envelope contains precious information.
How exciting. Oh, a testimony in the Smith affair. I feel like testimonies, there's a lot of things that are surprisingly public record when it comes to the judicial system. Like, you'd be surprised what you can read. I'm not saying I ever have. I never have. But I think about it sometimes if I had all the time in the world. Testimony in the Smith affair. Day of inquest, Saturday, April 7th, 1888. Mr. Wynne E. Baxter, the East Middlesex coroner, held an inquiry on Saturday, April 7th, at the London hospital respecting the death of Emma Elizabeth Smith. Oh, aged 45, a widow, lately living at 18 George Street, Spitalfields, who, it was alleged, had been murdered. I think this is the lady whose name was in... that first paper we read, The Star? I don't remember. Because it said Polly on there. I didn't really read it. I didn't read it again. I read it the first time, but I don't remember. Chief Inspector West of the H Division of Police attended for the Commissioners of Police. Miss Mary Russell, deputy keeper of a common lodging house, stated that she had known the deceased for about 2 years. 2 years. On the evening of Bank Holiday, April 2nd, she left home at 7 o'clock and returned about 4 or 5 the next morning in a dreadful state. Who did? Miss Russell stated that she had known the deceased on the evening of... She who? Mary or the deceased? They're not... I don't like the use of this pronoun here. Her face and head were much injured. Oh, and maybe Miss Mary Russell was saying how she saw, like, how Emma was looking. She's describing Emma. Yeah. One of her ears being nearly torn off. Oof. She told the witness that she had been set upon and robbed of all her money. Witness took her to the hospital, and then passing along Osborne Street, the deceased pointed out the spot where she was assaulted. She said there were 3 men, but she could not describe them. Mr. George Haslip, house surgeon, stated that when the deceased was admitted to the hospital, she had been drinking but was not intoxicated. She was bleeding from the head and ear, and had other injuries of a revolting nature. Describe them. Witness found that she was suffering from rupture of the peritoneum. Yes, I read this. I read this in my Jack the Ripper encyclopedia, which had been perforated by some blunt instrument used with great force. This is one of the first victims of the time period, and I thought it was interesting because I don't personally feel like there's a connection. I feel like this kind of crime of robbery would be more common, but the injuries don't match what, like, Jack the Ripper's MO, like what he normally does, you know? So, but this is so interesting. Like, this is like verbatim what I read. Okay, she had been hit with oh yeah, your peritoneum, don't quote me, I'm pretty sure it's like lining of your stomach. So, something like that. Like the fat around your stomach, like one of the layers or something like this. I think that's what it is. I could Google, but I don't feel like it. Let's pretend that I know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. The deceased told him that at 1:30 that morning, she was passing near Whitechapel Church when she noticed some men coming towards her. She crossed the road to avoid them, but they followed, assaulted her, took all the money she had, and then committed the outrage. Now, interesting. She was unable to say what kind of instrument was used, nor could she describe her assailants, except that she said that one was a youth of 19. Death ensued on Wednesday morning, April 4th, through peritonitis set up by the injuries. Peritonitis. I don't know what that is. Okay. Margaret Hayes, living at the same address as the deceased, disposed to seeing Miss Smith in company with a man at the corner of Farrant Street and Burdett Road. The man was dressed in a dark suit and wore a white silk handkerchief around his neck. He was of medium height, but witness did not think she could identify him. Chief Inspector West, H Division, stated that he had no official information on the subject and was only aware of the case through the daily papers. He had questioned the constables on the beat, but none of them appeared to know anything about the matter. The coroner said that from the medical evidence, which must be true, it was clear that the woman had been barbarously murdered. It was impossible to imagine a more brutal and dastardly assault, and he thought the ends of justice would be better met by the jury recording their verdict at once than by adjourning to some future date in the hope of having more evidence brought before them. Well, how we have a jury with no criminals? Don't you need somebody to prosecute? The jury returned a verdict of willful murder against some person or persons unknown. The police are making that's interesting. I guess you can have a crime, right? Because a lot of the times this is so jumping. But if you go missing, depending on how you go missing, eventually the police will be like either you ran away or they'll be like they're going to assume that you're dead because based on the evidence and the circumstances, there's no possible way you'd be alive, right? So then I guess if you eventually are captured for the crime, you already know what you're going to be charged for. So I wonder if that's what the situation is here, because they don't have the people who did it, but they're just saying that they're saying that she was murdered, I guess. Okay, willful murder gun. The police are making every possible inquiry into the case, but up to yesterday, April 8th, had not any clue to the persons who committed the outrage. Up until yesterday. Oh, so they have someone?
The information excludes the murder of the first woman, Miss Smith.
Yeah.
The Ripper can't be the author of that crime.
Duh.
On the other hand, there are enough similarities to suggest he may be the killer of Martha Tabram.
Yo, we should...
To the pet shop.
We should take this off the... We can't leave this boiling here, Sherlock. He's just gonna leave this stove... Okay, irresponsible. He's gonna just leave it like that. It's so funny watching him come to the, like, to me, it's really obvious conclusions, but like I said, like, he's living this in real time. He doesn't know what we know now.
I must go to the pet shop.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. The sound of the boiling water is annoying. Now, where is the pet shop? Whitechapel? Martha Tabram. I don't remember her either. Gotta tell ya.
I must go to the pet shop.
A lot of victims in this game. Even the falsely accused. Victims. Being falsely accused, that's such a terrible phenomenon. Terrible. People who go to jail for years, their whole lives. Don't even get me started. I started that up myself. I didn't have to do that. Let's go to the pet shop.
Until further notice. Abraham isn't there. No luck.
Until further notice.
Beep beep.
Oh, the cat man.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Why is the shop closed?
Do you know why Mr. Solomonovich's shop is closed?
No, I don't. Perhaps his cousin, the cobbler, knows. But I believe the police came to take his animals. I think that might have something to do.
Why?
When was this?
During the day. The kids you were with the other day were there, they told me. They just came by to ask for some cat's meat. They didn't have any money, but I gave them some anyway.
Kind of you.
Ah,
Is something wrong?
Is something wrong?
it's just that there was a little girl with them. the
Oh, he
same
lost
age
his
as
wife
mine.
and baby.
My little girl who went away with her mother, with the angels into the sky.
Dr. Watson told me about your loss. Please accept my condolences. Would you like to talk about it? How did it happen?
The illness, sir. My poor little girl was in agony, and her face and body were ravaged by the disease.
Her face?
Yes, she looked like a ghost.
What illness was it?
Dr. Gibbons tried to explain when I took my little girl to see him, but I didn't understand. I'm sure that he was trying to insinuate it was my fault. I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I understand. Farewell. Let's go and see Dr. Gibbons.
Sorry, I was thirsty. I was super thirsty. No, I'm not drinking tea. Though I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if you know this about me, Kennedy. I do enjoy tea when it's already hot. It's not tea, it's just water in a cup because that's the only cup I have right now. Because my water bottles are in the refrigerator and I'm cooling water to drink later. You know, and I didn't want to waste my cold water on the stream. Okay? So I just drinking lukewarm water out of a teacup that I have or whatever. It's not really a teacup or like a coffee mug. But, you know, I do like tea when it's hot outside. And I also like eating, you know, food that's cold when it's cold, like ice cream when it's cold. But I do actually drink my tea pretty vigorously because I believe in getting the benefits. I believe you get the this is something I made this up. This is something I've convinced myself of. That you get the benefits of tea when you drink it fast. Like, I know you're supposed to sip some teas, but some teas I feel like if I drink it fast, it'll really be in me. So, yes. Thanks for learning that about me. Okay, we gotta go see the doctor to find out how this old man's daughter died. I don't know why Sherlock wants to know by how she died. Because, I mean, back in this time, it could have been anything.
I have
Tuberculosis,
no
like,
reason to go that way.
anything. Hey, ma'am, are you okay?
You got a pretty penny or some bread?
I got some matches.
I have nothing to ask.
Can't give her anything. Okay, let's go to the doctor. The doctor is in. Where is the doctor? I'm at the right street, aren't I? Yes. Rest in peace to that man's baby, though. Losing a child, losing a loved one unexpectedly is such a sad thing to think about. Let's not think about it then. Hello, ill. Hello, ill and downtrodden. Hello, doctor.
Hello, Doctor. Do you remember me? I'm Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson's friend.
Oh, yes. Excuse the mess, but I am doing a bit of tidying.
That's fine.
I have come to see you about a Mr. Hardyman, a cat food seller by trade who recently lost his daughter and wife.
Yes, I know him. A tragic story.
Super. So what was the disease that made her face white? Because I was going to be like, oh, tuberculosis, but probably not.
Actually, I was hoping you could tell me about the disease that took
Isn't
your
this
daughter,
confidential?
a disease that would have attacked her face.
He's not supposed to
Well,
give
to
this
keep it
information.
short, we are speaking of syphilis, Mr. Holmes.
What?
You must certainly know that it is transmitted through intimate connections
What?
and that the vast prostitute population here contributes to its inevitable progression. It destroys individuals by spreading through the body slowly. The most obvious symptoms can be found in the genitalia and on the face in the form of pustules or lesions. Sometimes this illness can destroy whole families. The father catches it from a prostitute, he transmits it to his wife, who in her turn passes it to the kids which she bears or nurses. These cases are numerous in the vicinity.
Sad.
Certain children, and this is the case of the little girl whom I won't name, suffer from an emaciation of the face which will, apart from predicting an imminent death, bring infamy upon the family.
So you're telling me that the cat man outside cheated on his partner wife, maybe before this they got married, okay, and then gave her an STD, and then she had a baby and accidentally gave it to the baby? Is that in this particular case? It's terrible. Any scenario in which a child gets syphilis is terrible. There are no other things I can think of.
Emaciation of the face?
Yes, what we sometimes call the pox. I will give you a photograph. One cannot be mistaken on the origin of such a face. The eyes seem to be void of lids. The nose is inexistent, as if it was cut off.
What?
And the cheeks are chiselled, as if cut with a knife. This loss of facial matter, this emaciation, is, in this area, often the gift from a father to his children.
Can I keep this photograph?
I should destroy it. But if it can remind you that one must sometimes think twice before giving in to physical attraction...
I always seem to find myself alone in such cases. Thank you, Doctor.
How can... Yo! Can we get a warning? Okay, Sherlock. Pause. Listen. Remember the last victim we saw, Catherine Eddowes? Her eyelids were cut off. Her nose was cut off. Her cheeks were cut off. So you're telling me Jack the Ripper is trying to emulate a syphilis victim? Like he says, a father. It's a gift from a father to his child. So does Sherlock not? Does Jack the Ripper see the prostitutes as his kids, or does he blame them for something? You know, like, is he like, ah, you did this, look what you did, and he gives them all this, the blah. There's lots of process. There's lots of process. What else? Something else popped in my head when we were talking about this. He said, oh yeah, Sherlock was saying that he doesn't find himself in these situations. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get some thoughts. I don't need to complete them. Photo of a child with an emaciated face. We're learning something new about history today. You know, there was a class, I think, at my college I went to. I don't know if it was
Let's
up.
go to the
Oh,
cobblers.
scared me. You scared me. And I think it was like a history of infectious diseases throughout the world. I never got to take it, but I always wanted to. Thanks for the information.
I cannot assist you further, Mr. Holmes.
Let's go to the cobblers.
I appreciate you, though. Why are we going to the cobblers? How are you doing, my man? Doing okay? See, it's just fathers, dude. Like, I don't even know what to say. You know the risk. During this time, you know the risk. You know the risk during this time. You're not falling upon this, you know? You're kind of just like putting yourself in the situation. And I get it. Look at this world. Now, I think it's beautiful. But other people might interpret this as grim, bleak, depressing, despair, agony. You know, and I understand. And when you reach those levels of like gloom and doom, then you do not care. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your family. You put them in these situations. And I don't know the Catman story like that. He seems distraught. Is it guilt? Is it guilt? I wish we could go and where is he? I want to talk to him about this. I need answers. I need him to tell me how this happened. Was it an accident? Was it an accident, sir? Where are you? He's not here anymore? Because I don't want to judge him, you know? That stuff happens. But your whole family? His whole family is dead now. Because of his mistakes? Okay, where am I going? The cobbler. Solomovich. Right, here we are. What are we talking to him about? Oh, look at him repairing his shoe. Okay, I was gonna say, your finest shoe, please.
Hello, Mr. Solomonovich.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How are things with you?
Pretty good, I gotta say.
I heard your cousin Abraham had a problem with his shop.
Yeah, his
What
pet
happened?
shop's closed, that's right.
Ah, if I didn't know you well, I would tell you that it's Jewish business that doesn't concern anyone but the Jews. But as you have a little bit to do with it, you have the right to know what is going on.
What did Sherlock do?
Would I have something to do with it?
Someone had seen Abraham telling you something and making big gestures near the Imperial Club.
Yeah, he did.
A vicious
That was
rumor
him?
quickly spread, and it has caused him great injustice. A slanderous denunciation attracted the authorities' attention to my cousin's shop.
What?
Abraham must be in the process of answering their questions.
I did, indeed, speak with your cousin the other night. I'm shocked at the consequences of this discussion.
As I was saying, it's the story of the Jews. In the face of adversity, we are united, but amongst ourselves, it's like anywhere else. As soon as our people take a dislike to someone, for right or wrong, we can be without pity and quite cruel.
Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused about what he's saying, but Abraham was the guy at the pet shop, and he said that 3 guys saw the Catherine Eddowes talking to a man, and that's how we had to do the whole mannequin thing, right? He's one of the witnesses. He was just telling us what they said. He said that the police talked to those men, and they said not to say anything. That's what I remember. So somebody saw us talking to him, and then what? Reported him to the police for questioning? I don't know. I don't know none about the Algate Butcher. You're asking if there's any good brand shoes here? Yeah, these are all Solomovich shoes. These are quality handmade shoes, all made by this man. Alright, this is the real deal.
This is all very worrying. Your cousin knows one, or rather 2 of the men who were at the Imperial Club on the night of the Mitre Square murder. One of the 2, a butcher in Aldgate named Joseph, is probably withholding information of the utmost importance. I must find this man. Perhaps you can help me.
But there are dozens of Jewish butchers around Aldgate, half of which must be called Joseph. And you know, Mr. Holmes, we Jews prefer to remain in the background of this murderer business, this Jack the Ripper thing. All of London is pointing their fingers at us saying, it's a Jew who disemboweled these women. Our community is in great peril, you know. There was the business with Lipsky and Leather Apron. I will see what I can do, but I don't promise anything.
I'd be extremely grateful to you.
Okay, sorry. Kennedy, I just read above, you said, I need some sparkling water. Are there any good brands sold here? I literally, all I saw was, are there any good brands sold here? And I was like, oh, she's immersed too. She's talking about the shoes. That is so hilarious. Let me tell you. Now, Liquid Death has the best sparkling water I've ever had. Okay? And it comes in a can. It is amazing. And, it's a black can. The black can, I'm pretty sure, is their sparkling water. Now, they've once sent me 2 cases for free. They sent me 2 cases, and they sent me shirts and stickers and coasters, and I was so grateful. And I don't even remember why they even sent me those. Like, I had never even had had I even had the brand before? I don't remember. But that was, back when, sometimes Instagram and my business can give me little blessings like that. Now, I love their water. I'm not actually a huge fan of how they brand, which is why I don't always buy from them if ever, because I don't like that it's like it's not beer but it looks like beer and they have kids drinking it to like create a short and shock value. I don't like when anything does this, like shows kids drinking fake wine like juice out of a little wine glass because it normalizes drinking alcohol. Like, oh, this is such a normal part of life. I don't, you know me. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't drink. I don't think drinking alcohol is actually something you should do. I think people can do whatever they want, okay, adults. But I don't think we should be indoctrinating children to think that, yeah, drinking alcohol is totally normal. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there are more functional addicts out there than people would like to admit. That's not my business, though. But yeah, okay, move on. Move on. It's great water, though. So it's a travesty how they brand it like that. I don't think they do it all the time, but it's more pushed to like they're edgy, you know, and it works, but I can't support that, unfortunately. Okay, so other water brands, Pellegrino. I don't know. Somebody told me that some company, I don't remember if it's Nestle, owns them. What can the people have? What good things can we have? Because we got great small businesses with great products who morally I don't support. And we have, doesn't matter because we have big brands who have decent tasting sparkling water who, I don't know, killing people all over the world secretly somehow. I don't remember what the controversy was. Okay? Oh, Perrier. What did I say? Pellegrino? Perrier. Yeah, one of those. See, I liked Perrier also. They sell Pellegrino in Italy too. Oh, I don't know which is which, but what is a good sparkling water brand? Maybe make your own sparkling water brand. Get a soda stream, and then you can turn anything into carbonation. I wanted to get you one for Christmas, but one day, ask mommy. She'll give it to you. Then you have always sparkling water. You can just, and I don't know a lot about them, but I wanted to get one for this reason. So. No, I'm not giving you more. Just get a soda stream off Amazon. I don't think they're expensive. I don't know how much they are. I feel like they're like $20, but I don't know. And I think you can have like little portable ones either. You can make anything you like, to your heart's content. You can make it sparkling. Okay. Okay.
Very well. We may meet again, Mr. Solomonovich.
You know that
You're most welcome, Mr. Holmes.
cry
I've
face
paced up
emoji.
and down Whitechapel enough. I should return to Baker Street in order to reflect on the new facts that I have discovered.
I fully support your ventures into drinking sparkling water. You know, I have been supporting this for years to get you off this soda addiction you have, young lady. Get that sparkling water. It's better for your teeth. It's not the best for your teeth, but it's definitely better than drinking acid sugar water. Absolutely. Okay, so let's break down what he just told us to see if I can remember. Even though I could just look at the dialogue options. He was saying that like normally they're not gonna tell me nothing because you have, you know, the close-knit community. Let me just read the dialogue. Let me not fry my brain. Let me not torture myself. But he was saying basically, okay, because I was like, hey, you know, your cousin knew multiple people who may have solved the Jack the Ripper, the night of that murder, right? And one of them didn't want to say anything, which was Joseph. We remember he was withholding information. Okay. And then this guy, he's like, where's Joseph at? Let me talk to him myself. The guy's like, there's a ton of Josephs. There are. Okay. There's a lot. Josephs and Ryans. I know way too many of each. All right. And they, you know, they're trying to like, people of the Jewish community are trying to lay on the low because they're being scapegoated right now. Okay. They're being falsely accused left and right. So nobody's going to be like out and about right now, willing to talk about this. All of London is pointing their fingers, right? Okay? Alright, he said that he'll see what he can do, though. Alright, what are we doing in the meantime, then, Sherlock? What would you like to do in the meantime? Are we gonna go to the police station and see if we can talk to Abraham? Is that his name? Is that what you want to do? Let's see if we can go to the police station. Ignore the screams. Something that just happens, you know.
I've paced up and down Whitechapel enough.
Okay.
I should return to Baker Street in order to reflect on the new facts that I have discovered.
I want to go see if Abraham's okay. They're holding him.
No reason to go that way.
You want to go home? We don't have the same agendas, Sherlock. Where's Watson? I miss him. Kind of lonely. I miss his scaring me all the time. October 15th, 11:20 a.m. So it's been like a week because I think it was like the 9th. The last time we just, it was the 9th.
Holmes.
How you been, my man? You're not even
Good
gonna greet
day,
him.
Watson.
Okay.
Listen, Holmes, I know I should have got here sooner to give you a report on my research, but this case has led me to neglect my patients and my wife more than I care to admit.
I forget he's
We've
married.
been able to sort things out over the last few days, and now I am ready to pursue this investigation.
Oh, so he was just taking
You
some
don't
time
have to
off.
justify yourself, Watson. Whilst I do tolerate you as an observer, and despite your occasional help with more menial tasks, may I remind you that you are by no means an indispensable part of this case.
Oh, you tolerate me as an observer, do you? Oh, you're too much, Holmes. Well,
Did he
Mr.
just insult him?
Detective, despite my absence, I have been working on this case, putting
Watson
your
is
relationship on the
integral.
line in the process.
He is very
I happen to
important.
have a confidential letter that only passed from one lord's hand to another. What it contains is extremely serious and concerns Dr. Tumblety and his collection of uteri.
Let me see that.
Dude, I get it though. Sherlock is a little bitter little boy because Watson. I mean, okay. According to the Sherlock Holmes movie, with Robert Downey Jr. and the other man whose name, unfortunately, I don't remember, though I know him. Is that Jude Law? Is that Jude Law who plays Watson? Anyways, Sherlock is jealous. He's jealous of Watson's wife. He's jealous of not getting this attention and not having his mate near him 24/7. So maybe he just takes a dig at him. You know, he knows these people who are close to you like this know how to push your buttons. Unfortunately, and so like to be like, oh, we didn't really need you that much. So then Watson gets all in a tiffy and he's like, well, I've been working anyways. You know, it wasn't the best explanation. Is it Jude Law? Yeah, he's Watson, huh? I gotta rewatch those movies. Okay, letter from the community of London hospitals. My lord, be hereby assured of my entire collaboration in the affair, to which I must reply, no one will be able to cast opprobrium on our institution or ourselves. Opprobrium? Opprobrium? I've never heard this word or seen this word in my life. Our eminent colleagues support our policies, and they won't cooperate with the police as long as the higher interests that we serve aren't menaced. As you mentioned, we must avoid having to explain to the uncultured masses the exigencies of medical research. Exigencies. Gotta be that. It's gotta be that. A general crisis of confidence will result in inevitable amalgamation that the press would hasten to create between this and the hideous murders committed in the East End. To this end, I tactfully evoked the rumor that you mentioned in your letter when I met with my colleagues. It turns out to have grounds, and these are the specifics that I was able to obtain. Let's see, I want to go back over this second paragraph. We must avoid having to explain to the uncultured mass the exigencies of medical research. A general crisis of confidence will result in the inevitable amalgamation. That makes sense. Okay, because I told you previously, this is just what I was thinking. In the medical field back in the heyday, you know, they don't get their bodies from really great sources, grave robberies and stuff like that. And if people knew, they probably would protest this, because a lot of people actually respect their dead, even if, like, you know, like in the book I'm reading, Medical Apartheid, you know, people didn't like black people, right? Okay, and they don't see black people as humans, but still, I feel like it's still common to accept that you bury your dead, you don't disrespect the dead. So I feel like even if they are grave robbing and it's not, you know, the same ethnic background as you would care, and it would make you look at medical institutions as barbaric, which they were for doing this. So I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I actually have no idea what this letter says, right? Because I'm just talking. So I'm just saying, like, I wonder what the situation is that makes them gonna lose their credibility. We don't know, because I'm stopping us from finding the actual meaning of this letter. Okay, let's hear what the rumor actually is. 18 months thence. What? Hold on. Did I connect my thoughts? So I was trying to say something about like why medical institutions are seen as not credible, or why they would have been, and I wonder what the reason that they think they wouldn't, what they have to avoid explaining to the rest of us here in society, so that they don't lose their credibility. 18 months thence, an American doctor in London did, in fact, contact certain hospitals. His approach was aimed at getting stocks of feminine genitalia, particularly uteri. He was motivated initially by the finalization of his research and of its publication, right? The doctor in question wanted to include a uterus specimen freshly conserved in formalin, with each of the research dissertations sent to each of the colleagues involved. Let me go read that sentence one more time. The doctor in question wanted to include a uterus specimen freshly conserved in formalin with each of the research dissertations sent to each of the colleagues involved. Oh, that is very interesting. This might really actually... we might lose our only suspect, which is Tumblety. Because, okay, Tumblety is a closeted... He's a closeted gay man. He's staying at a boarding house in London. He has a plethora of uteruses in his suitcase, right? We did the most demonic puzzle to find that out. What if he really is just a doctor, okay? And he really is trying to do these research papers. And he's so thorough that he really wants a uterus for each of the colleagues so that they can really like understand what he's talking about. And the only reason that he has dipped town is because being gay is like against the law here. I'm pretty sure it's not. That's not like you can't be open. You can't be open about it, right? So maybe he was like, maybe he thought Squibby was gonna tell on him because Squibby like punched him or whatever. All right, let me keep reading. A large quantity was thus necessary, and this doctor proposed to buy each of the uteri for £20 each. The hospital directors did not pay heed to these demands. Of that I have been assured. Are you saying the hospital directors didn't agree to pay him? Is that what you're saying? £20 each? Sounds like a lot of money back then. Now, I don't know anymore if Tumblety is Jack the Ripper. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. We have two uterus-obsessed people. Do you know? Between you and I, my lord, who knows what strange consequences would have followed these demands of the American doctor? How did he get so many then? Because I don't believe that he's cut, like, of the victims we've seen, I think there's maybe one or two where he has opened them up like that and taken parts of them. But Tumblety had a ton. The rumor of these unusual commissions made the tour of the hospitals in question at the time and has spread to others since. Simple day laborers employed in our organizations considered that the gain of £20 could justify a theft perhaps worth. Oh, yes, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people might be like, no, to your face, but then, hey, meet me later. I can get you what you asked for, you know? So, because, like, how does he has them. He has them. The identity of the doctor is unknown to me, but based on the recall of one of my colleagues, this man had the most impressive references. But after a bit of research that I didn't find the existence of any publication with an eventual correlation on this or the other side of the Atlantic. The man left London shortly after his pitch, it would seem. Okay, maybe he's not a legit doctor. I cannot help but think that maybe he's like using a fake name. I cannot help but think that he has perhaps returned to London and has found someone who might furnish him with what he is looking for. Okay, so here's another thing they could be implying. Are they saying that this doctor is paying Jack the Ripper maybe to go and get the uteruses for him? But he has only gotten one so far that I know of.
Excellent. This American could turn out to be of great use to use.
That's right. And that's not all. I did some research and finally found an illness that affects the genitalia and can, in certain cases, cause facial symptoms resembling the mutilations seen on
Syphilis.
the last victim. It is called, would you believe?
Syphilis and the emaciation that can be seen in affected children. I have known that for days, Watson.
Really?
Listen, now you're already here, Watson, we may as well continue the investigation. Do you remember the map on which we established the area in which our killer lives? I think we should continue our study.
Aldgate. I remember. Watson, you're still the best guy to me. I won't let Sherlock make you feel like you're inferior.
We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George Yard on the map.
What's that mean?
Well, I discovered the case of another murder before that of Bucks Row. It happened in George Yard. We shall put it on the map in order to see if it corresponds to our area of research. We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George Yard on the map.
I'm not playing these games with you. Okay, so who do we have? Martha Tabram. Place Martha Tabram's murder on the map. I don't even remember where she was killed. Was she killed in Bucks Row? Where was she killed at? I don't know where she died.
We must place the murder of
In George's Yard? Where's George Yard at? Where did she even die? I literally don't remember, like... Martha Tabram? Excuse me. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Where did she die? Who is she? Where is she? Why is she? I don't know where she died though. I don't know who she is. I remember her name, but I don't really remember. I don't. Oh, where's George's yard, dude? I don't remember.
We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George's yard on the map.
Let me look at our actual map. Like, can I look at our map that we have? George's yard. London Hospital, Wardrobe, Hanbury, Barnes. Wasn't George's yard like, was not really that backyard murder, was it? Yeah, where's Martha Tabram? Who is she? He's got notes on every murder but hers. In George Yard. I don't know where that is. I feel like I'm tripping.
We must place the murder of Martha Tabram in George's yard on the map.
Is it literally right here in my face? Call the police. Call the police. Tell them to come get me. Tell them to lock me up for this.
That is where Martha Tabram's murder took place. There's no point going there. I already have all the information we need on that matter.
I didn't even see that little green
You
thing.
see, this murder took place in the area in which our killer lives, his safe zone. Nonetheless, there are two major differences between the murder of this Martha Tabram and that of Polly Nichols. Firstly, the blows inflicted are not the same.
And the second difference?
It follows on from a doctor's opinion. He claims two weapons might have been used, and if there is one group of people we absolutely must not trust in this business, it's doctors. Don't you agree, Watson?
Watch it, Holmes.
Tabram's murder took place in an area where the murderer, whose cowardice is clear, was able to make a quick getaway, that is to say, near his home. For his second murder, he would have wanted to go further afield, so the police would not link these two cases. And as for the other murders, seeing the ineffectiveness of his last one, he headed in different directions to kill his victims while still staying in the vicinity and without going any further than necessary, and all the while planning his escape.
I don't know how
My
Watson...
dear Watson, we now know what this man looks like, in what area he lives, and that he suffered directly or indirectly from syphilis. Let's not forget the anatomical knowledge he must almost certainly possess. Given his lower-class background, a butcher seems very likely. However, it may be the case that the man was a butcher once, but is no longer. He might also have been a medical assistant. Who knows? That's why we need the testimonies of the other Joseph and Dr. Tumblety in order to be certain.
What shall we do, Holmes?
We've got to find these
Police's
guys.
cooperation is futile and can be ruled out. We have nothing to do but wait. Watson, wait, and hope we see one of these two men before the killer strikes again.
Baker Street.
At
November
last,
8th?
a long
4 p.m.
day's work done. How you doing, Holmes?
Time has
Fine,
passed.
Watson, just fine.
I suppose you still haven't heard any news from Whitechapel.
No, Watson.
It's been almost a month now. Who knows? Our killer may have brought justice upon himself, overcome by remorse and ignominy for his actions.
Not a chance, Watson.
You haven't done anything about the story of a kidney that was sent in the post and reported by the papers. Why not?
The killer left a message on one occasion with the intention of harming. The letter accompanying this package served no purpose other than to give value to its recipient and arouse disgust against its sender. The killer has never done anything for nothing. In order to authenticate the Galston Street message, he left an indisputable piece of evidence. Can we really say as much about this kidney?
I don't know. All I know is that there are letters piling up on your desk. Isn't it time to move on to another case?
Absolutely not, Watson. I think that the other Joseph is reluctant to meet me. The man he saw must certainly have put the fear of God in him, a man well known for his violence and his hatred towards Jews. There can't be any shortage of those in Whitechapel. I have hope yet. As for Dr. Tumblety...
What, we're
We
about to
found
meet him?
Mr. Holmes. We found him.
Who's that?
Dr. Bumblebee. He's been locked up by the Bobbies, but they've let him loose. Oi,
Oh.
he was looking round like a rat who's scared of his own shadow. He's gonna do a run at years.
Watson, this is our chance. The game is afoot. Let's hope that Tumblety will go to collect his trunk. As for you, my little friends, thank you for lifting this burden that has been on my shoulders for almost a month.
If Tumblety was locked up, like other serial killers in the past, if Tumblety is Jack the Ripper, of course the crimes are going to stop. They said it's been a month. They've had no action in Whitechapel. Nothing happening. He's just been released. You know? That's probably why there was no deaths, Watson. We're going to meet Tumblety.
Let's return to the boarding house.
We're going to the boarding house. And we're going to be on the lookout for you, my man. We might be nearing the end of the game. I mean, we have to be. We only have one more victim of Jack the Ripper left. If they get to that. I'm pretty sure it's Mary Ann Kelly. All right, where should we hide, Watson?
He is here. The doctor is here, up in his room. Peeking through my door, I saw him go up the stairs, and I think that he has a pistol.
Oh.
Regarding the trunk, did you do what I told you to?
Yes, I jammed the lock and filled the trunk with stones. Should we call the police?
We should.
Absolutely not. Go home, lock your doors, and if you hear a gunshot, shout as loudly as you can.
To who? What kind of advice is this?
Disarm this man at all costs before attempting to confront him. Come, have your pistol at the ready and stay alert.
I'm not ready for this, Sherlock. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
What shall we do, Holmes?
We're about to... Okay, hold on. Let me actually be a professional. Let's go. We're just going to kick in the door, and we're going to take him screaming. We don't even know if he's guilty. Oh! You don't look blonde.
Move a muscle or I shoot.
Who? But what is going on?
I don't think it's him.
Bravo, Watson. I take back everything I ever said about your less than full involvement in our investigations.
Yeah, dude.
Listen,
How dare you, Sherlock?
Mr. Policeman, I already told everything to your colleagues at the station, so...
Don't you believe it, sir. We're not with the police. We are here to talk about human organs, an area in which you seem to have a great deal of interest.
Wow.
What? But who are you?
We are the ones holding the pistol.
This
Listen,
is crazy.
Tumblety, tell us everything you know and you will be spared from the noose or a bullet. Have you tried to get hold of any female genitalia from someone...
This is such a crazy questioning.
So that's it. You English. Listen, as it happens, I do have a collection of female genital organs which I hold dear and never miss the chance to show my friends whatever the occasion. If you knew what I feel when my eyes meet the young men's as they contemplate with astonishment and disgust this soft and flabby skin that they worship and place at the center of all their passions.
This is so crazy.
Women repulse me, gentlemen.
We know.
They are one of nature's greatest mistakes.
Okay.
Lying, horny, and most of all, nauseating. No, sirs. Men, mankind, we are not made to soil ourselves with such animals, and it is my task to educate my peers, like the ancient Greeks used to do, and put them on the path to masculine relationships, the only kind worthy of our intelligence.
How do you expect the society to continue, sir? Have you figured out how to procreate?
Did you attempt to obtain any female organs?
Indeed, but a long time ago. I was living in Liverpool at the time. A few of my specimens were starting to lose their freshness. But despite the sum proposed, the heads of the university hospitals refused to accede to my demands. The fear of what others would say, certainly. I know nothing more similar to an arrogant fowl than an English doctor. Yakety yak, always showing off in the courtyard with their haughty airs. And as soon as...
Shut it, Tumblety. So, was it you who killed all of these women? Yes
He didn't do it.
or no?
I regret to say that it was not. If I had really wanted a few more uteri, I would have had them brought in from the United States, where it would cost me much less than here. Or I would have shown a few gold coins in the hallways of a morgue or a hospital in London, and they would have kissed my feet to sell them to me. And not taken the least risk. But kidneys are all the latest, aren't they? I think that I could find one tomorrow for less than £1.
Yes, the misogyny
In
is
short,
top tier.
Gentlemen, I do not know your killer, and I don't know why he's doing that. But if you come across him one day, please send him my friendship and my deepest respect.
You've gone too far this time.
Oh,
Come,
chill on,
let's not
Watson.
get carried away now. Thank you for your assistance.
Watson said,
Doctor.
"I love
But
my
I would
wife."
advise you should leave England as soon as possible. Each day that you remain in this country is a risk that an intelligent man would not take.
My pistol?
Without that, it will be even more risky.
I mean,
Can we believe this man, Holmes?
He can't be the murderer, and his story regarding the organs fits. But we can't afford to take the slightest risk. I will ask the Baker Street irregulars to follow him.
yeah.
Listen,
He hates
when
women.
Tumblety leaves here, follow him discreetly and come and tell me as early as possible tomorrow where he is currently residing. Understood?
Understood, Cap.
November
You
9th,
are already ready,
6:10
Holmes.
a.m.
What is going on?
I have been waiting for you for at least an hour, Watson. It would appear that a new drama has unfolded. The youngsters came to give me this address, but I have some doubt as to the actual location we are going to. Let's try anyway. At worst, we may come across the Baker Street irregulars to put us in the right direction.
Why are we at the floor like this? Oh. So many abandoned neighborhoods.
We are lost, Holmes.
No, we're not, Watson. We are heading for the very street I'd hoped for, but as I wasn't sure it was this one, I've made a few big detours in order to find the right one. I'll know it when I see the name.
Why, of course, Holmes. Why didn't I think of that? The great Sherlock Holmes can't...
What? What are we doing here? My man, you look a little shady.
How are you, my friend? Are you not feeling well?
No,
My friend is a doctor. He can take care of you.
don't go there. He came here and he...
Now, Watson, take care of him.
Oh, what is Miller's Court? Is it another murder? Okay, Watson. What's the news?
I have no reason to go
Oh.
that way.
Excuse me. Who is it? Now, this looks like a place for my memories. I think this is going to be the case. I'm feeling this is the one. Yes, it is. I am correct. The finality.
My God!
What happened?
Can't talk. Wait for the coppers. Are they coming? My eyes are crying.
How did I find this out before the cops?
No.
Go find them too, mister. I'll stay here and keep an eye out. Go!
No, I must await my friend. Ah, here he is.
Watson, are you there? How are you?
Fine, Holmes, and you? What happened?
Hello, sir.
He acted so weird.
Where are we, Watson?
In
What?
Whitechapel, Holmes. This must be Dorset
Dang,
Street.
did he black out?
You don't seem very well.
He was
Do you
that
need
shocked?
something?
Indeed, Watson. Some clay, a great big piece of clay. I would ask for some wine, too, but as you know, I taste nothing but melodrama.
Sherlock
What
is
over
odd.
there?
A
What
trip
is he?
from which you will never return, Watson. Trust me, don't go there.
A trip? Behind this door? In this room?
It's not strictly a door, it's more of a portal, a threshold.
He
And
is
what
so
lies
dramatic.
It is not the mortal realm, Watson. It is a place beyond time and space, the gift of a frantic artist who
I
made
talk like
use
this
of his
too. I can't,
talent in
like...
order to grant us access to his world, Watson. Beyond that threshold is an abyss. Hell. The police won't take long to arrive, and the last thing I want is to waste precious time on them. Could you lead me out of this area and take me home?
He don't even want to deal with it. Sherlock could have double majored in theater. He absolutely could. What a wordsmith. But yeah, but when something is so out of this world that you can't help but like, you got to be like that. You got to be like Shakespearean about it. Okay, listen. We reached a climactic point in this game, sir.
I have nothing to ask.
And Sherlock wants to go home.
Let's go to Baker Street.
So I'm going to save the game. And I'm gonna call it a day. I think we're finally gonna beat this game though, and it's gonna be great. This is the last murder, so next time I come back, I will complete it. I will finish it.